Danny.
Hey, welcome to the show,
Double
lads.
marks, double M's.
Good to see you. How's it all going?
Really good, actually. Yeah, we're just kind of embarked on a regional radio promo tour, which for those of you that don't know, just means we want to go to every radio station to thank everybody for playing the song.
And here you are now in demand.
Yeah, man.
You've arrived on our patch.
Big time.
Now it's very exciting times for the script because you've also got the new single coming out in September, the album as well. You're also heading on tour in the USA. But firstly, you've probably had this a million times, Danny. The Voice. What's happening with The Voice? It is like an ongoing soap opera.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. His chair over there is an ongoing soap opera. It keeps going up and down on him. Did you rig his chair? For those of you who can't see, his chair keeps going up and down and turning around. It's like my chair on The Voice.
It's like Office Olympics. That's what it is. We're deciding to bring a bit of Office Olympics in this.
It's obviously it's going ahead next year. I'd love to be part of it again. You know, if they'll have me back. Will.
Are you confirmed?
I'm not confirmed yet. I'm like, we're in talks. Let's put it that way. I mean, same with Jesse and Tom. There's no definitive answers if they are or they aren't. Everyone's, I guess, concluding that Jesse's not doing it because her tour goes on around that same time. But so is everybody's. You know, if it was about touring.
And is it easy enough to fit stuff in? Obviously, working with the guys.
It's quite hard. I mean, he knows better.
It was a tough one from our perspective. While we were huge supporters of Danny doing it, in fact, we really plugged it to him at first that we thought he should do it. It was the reality behind it is we were trying to record a record, and the demand on you alone just recording a record really worried me at the start. But he put in the hours. He was working in BBC an awful long time, and often then you'd finish around 6 o'clock from early morning, and then he'd spend the rest of the evening in the studio with us, working all the way through the night. So it was a big testament to just the hard work that was needed to get through. But that's what it took. It took us to just spend every hour to make this album work, and him to be able to do the voice and balance them both. But they're massive demand.
And what about the speculation? Obviously, Danny, there's been stuff going around about you possibly getting a chat show and all that. How does that affect the rest of the band?
What happened with the chat show? Well, I'll tell you a little story about the chat show. One night I'd gone to The Voice, and I said to Danny, look, we'll come out, we'll support you on the show and do all that stuff. They have this bar at the... It's called the Lucas Bar or something.
Losers Bar. Losers Bar.
And we ended down there, and suddenly I'm talking to all these reporters. Now, I'm hammered at the time. Right. And we're talking to all these reporters. I'm not thinking I have to keep face up. I'm thinking he has to keep face up because he's doing the show. There goes me see again. So as I'm sitting there, I'm talking to this reporter, and I'm just having a laugh, and she says, "Oh well, so you say it goes so well from? Do you reckon to give him his own show?" And I went, "Of course to give him his own show." And I kept calling him the new Terry Wogan, joking. And he was joking. He was joking back to me, saying, "Yeah, the new Terry Wogan." And suddenly the next day it was in the papers.
It was literally like Terry. They'd approach Terry Wogan, they'd doorstep them, like, "What do you think Danny done? Who's the next you?" And all this stuff. Like, they really ran.
Oh my god!
With the story.
When jokes go wrong,
it would be the most horrendous show on TV. Thank God I only had a quarter of that show. You know.
What would happen if you actually got the script on? So you'd be like, here's the band that I'm with. The script
weird.
On my show.
Really weird.
In fairness, it would have been good. Yeah, we kicked Tom and Jesse off, and I'm like, well, if those seats are barely even cold now, and we'll have Mark and Glenn on. It's like the script and Will. You know what I mean? That's all you got to do.
Like the new single, which of course is coming out in September. I see what you did there. You're moving this interview along.
I did, didn't you?
To Hall of Fame. I like that. So how did it happen then? How did you get Will on board with doing this particular project?
Towards the end of The Voice, we kind of obviously struck up a friendship and stuff, and had been playing each other music. I had a small recording studio. Actually, it's Mark's recording studio. I just had it in the room, and ended up playing Will some songs. He flipped out over them and wanted one for his album. Ended up being the song Hall of Fame, but I mean, by coincidence, it just happened to be our first single, so we didn't want to give it up lightly. And we'd been talking about getting in the studio and doing something together, and this song just seemed the obvious choice.
And it's cool how he does like a verse, and then you do a verse, and then
it's line by line, so it's like it's a real duet or a dudette, whatever, in the best sense of the word, because it's a bromance.
Bit of a bromance going on the record.
No, because so many, let's say, collaborations these days. I've done like across the waters. You have someone in Australia and someone up in the mountains in Tibet, and there's no vibe and there's no connection at all. So this was just a real fun song. It's got a great positive message, and it's something that both acts are really willing to stand behind.
I'm surprised he managed to get off his iPad, because he's always on it. He's tweeting all the time, isn't he?
If I'm being honest, he didn't.
He was still tweeting.
What he did was he got him in a headlock. This sounds very romantic and natural. Here's all these good things. He got him in a headlock, got him in the car on the way back to his hotel, calls me and said, he's doing it tonight. He's doing the song. He kept putting it off. And then when we got to the hotel room, Will had a small studio set up there, and we had to sit by him while he did it. And then we took it and left. But at that point,
did you like confiscate his iPad around?
Yeah, we're like, all right, no
like a
toys.
parent, you're not having that tonight until you record your lines.
Now, Will, look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes. Look, I get down to him on his level. You're going on the naughty step. Nah, he's he's just different to everyone
He's
else, and I
so
don't mean
busy
that
as
in
well,
like
you know.
in any way bad at all. He's just he's a very special person, as in like he just always thinks about music. Like 9 times out of 10, if you're wondering where he is, he's just away with a song and a lyric.
In a song
it's
or something.
exactly the same way we are. Like exactly, I think that's why it worked out so well.
Well, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take a quick song here on In Demand, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the album, which is coming in September as well.
Nice.
It's Mark Martin here on In Demand with the script.
Oh yeah.
Hey lads,
Mark
well,
Sheehan is still here.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
Mark and Danny from the script.
Mark
Not quite the
Mark,
full
Mark.
compliment
Yeah, it's all right.
of the band, but that's cool. That's
So
cool.
our drummer has amazing timing. That's why he's not here.
Did he miss a flight?
It's not quite a full compliment. It's like, yeah, you look all right today.
Yeah, you're looking decent.
Are you getting into the Olympics, lads?
Loving the
Yeah,
Olympics.
yeah.
Honestly, I'm loving it. I know there's a few cynical people out there that are jumping on your YouTube.
But you know what I find about that? I find anyone who's being cynical towards it in general are just not into anything in that way that you're going to celebrate. It's the Olympics. It's in your country. It's in England. We should be showing a bit of buzz about it.
Yeah, big time.
You know, all the way around, everyone should be showing a bit
I'll
of
tell you,
buzz
the big
about
one
it.
for me was 2 things from the opening ceremony. One was the Queen.
Yeah,
right,
with James Bond.
which was
Honestly, that
just
was amazing.
unbelievable
That
to
was
actually like kind of let go of the monarchy for a little bit and let themselves be not made fun of, but to join in the celebrations. Big step, and I think they're going to get massive kudos for it. Also was Mr. Bean, Chariots of Fire.
Chariots of Fire, that was
Honestly,
genius.
That was so funny.
was genius. Danny,
It was
I don't know
so
whose
good.
idea that was. The Queen's, Danny Boyle's,
the good
whoever.
thing is about
is-
it in that, I kept thinking they're going to do Charge of Fire. This is the time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It really is normally, you know, 'cause
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
heard it
yeah.
a million times. But there is that one note going the whole way through the song anyway.
And he's just sitting there
And he
playing
sat
it.
there playing that one note. It was priceless.
Absolutely brilliant. Now, it's very exciting times for you guys on the
It
script,
is,
isn't it?
yeah.
New single Hall of Fame coming out in September. You've also got the new album,
Yeah.
number 3 or #3.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, like every other script album, you know, we didn't want to leave the studio until we felt that we'd reached a certain emotional level. We know that obviously even more so on the 3rd album, you have to show growth and you have to show progress, and I think we've done it, you know, big time, in a way that we've really stretched the sound a lot more, but also in a really strange way, songs like We Cry and the kind of hip hop rock elements that we had on the 1st album are really after sneaking back in again on the 3rd, but in a really fresh way. It's very hard to kind of pinpoint them. One, you probably only have to rush out and buy it to figure out what I'm talking
what
about.
is on this album?
Possibly.
What is on this album?
But no, the album's called Number 3. Or for those who tweet, it would be
#3, yeah.
Yeah, it's trending right now. It's so trendy.
Let's
but,
get it trending right now.
Yeah.
you know, there's 3 of us in the band. There's a certain synergy. It's a magic number.
The studio we recorded that for 6 months was number 3 as well, so it was
I
just
live in
one of those
flat
things.
3. I'm not going to say the rest of my
His birthday is the
address.
3rd.
When you put your Euro Millions on, it's number 3.
Yeah, exactly. Just 3 all the way across.
So, would you say the first single then, Hall of Fame, is pretty much the sound of the new album? That sums up the sound of the
I
new
wouldn't say it is. I think
No?
if anyone knows us, we're a little bit like your iTunes on shuffle. We tend to like to tip our hat to all our favourite styles a little bit. This album, I think while Hall of Fame does cover the bases and the fact that I think the script guy is a little bit fixed. He's not really broken hearted in that song, which is good. Yeah, we'll get to that though. And he's
Please do.
Yeah.
I met someone else.
Yeah.
How you like me now?
So you know, for that reason, I think we've changed our attitude when it comes to songs in that sort of respect. But across the board, we've got a lot of different songs. We've got a lot of really cool up tempos. I'm really excited about the people to hear this album, just purely because we've stayed to the structure of writing really strong pop songs, but just push the sound that little bit more.
So you can pre-order the album now, is that right?
Yes.
Through your website?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, check that out just now on the Scripts website. Listen lads, great to have you on the show tonight. Mark and Danny from the Script, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, mate.
Let's get your new song on In Demand right now. All I need you to do is introduce it for me.
How you doing? This is The Script. This is our brand new song, Will I Am, featuring Hall of Fame. Now this is The Script. It's our brand new single. It's Hall of Fame featuring Will I Am.